Um, can you hear me say anything? Oh, dude, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
You got it?
all good. What's been up? What's up with you this week, man? Good response, Brandon.
oh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Sounds like there's some chaos in your background, mate.
yeah. My, my brother's watching Pry play Pokemon tournament.
Oh shit, dude, that came out this week. One of the guys I edit for, he's been going crazy over that. This guy named Twit. So
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
dude, I want to get it too, but I don't have a. It's only on Wii U, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and arcades in Japan.
Oh, true, but we're not in Japan. Like,
Yeah,
just a little bit off. So that's so yeah. I see that my my advice of the do it, do it advice. You're now doing more news.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna do those like whenever one of them that like is ones I actually like. Then I'm gonna do those, like the Nintendo one I did and the PS 4.5.
Right. Yeah, I just saw that. It's fine. Oh, it says your web browser was frozen. That's why you weren't able to chat. But yeah, you were good otherwise. Oh, damn, we lost our one viewer.
I think that was probably me.
How did we lose you? You're still here.
Right now, it shows that it's buffering for me. Like
I
on.
can still hear you, so it's all good.
Well, I have the video actually open.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna see if I can. You can see me. You can see my screen right now, right? You can see my face.
Well, I was. Wait, let me actually go to the Google Hangouts thing. Yeah, I can.
Like, can you see what's on my desktop right now?
Oh, no.
Okay, never mind. Then I thought that this had a share desktop feature, but it probably does. I just don't know where it is. I'm trying to look for it because I'm trying to show. Oh, here it is. Screen share. Awesome. Entire screen. Here we are. Okay. Whoa, dude. Did you're seeing this Inception right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, the background every time.
Yeah.
Dude, how come Dude, your background's amazing. It sounds like a soccer match.
Yeah. Speaking of soccer, I did actually do soccer for the first time on my channel.
Like a like a FIFA video?
Yeah, except it was PES since it was free.
PES soccer, what?
Pro Evolution Soccer by Konami.
Oh, that's right. I think I saw some of those, but I haven't, again, you post a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I post weekly and you post like
every two videos a week, except for this week I've actually posted. I think it's technically 3 right now.
Yeah, no, I post like every 7 days or so, pretty much.
Yeah.
But one of the dudes I invited on the chat, it's really funny. He actually, because I completely switched everything. I went from, I guess, more let's playing to commentary, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the way to put it. And I mean, you could tell my commentaries are like, yeah, of course I take stuff from Leafy and Pyro and No Fuckers and all those guys, but I think I guess it's kind of a mixture of Your Movie Sucks and Leafy is the way I like to explain it to people.
Yeah.
But lately I've been kind of going like just dissing people, not dissing people, but like dissing ideas and making fun of other channels and stuff like that lately. And one of the kids, he actually is invited on the chat. We'll see if he joins later or not. But kid named Skyder, he was like, hey, he literally sent me a message that's like, hey, can you roast my channel? Like, what the fuck? Like, who does that? It's like, who sends a message that's like, hey, can you make fun of me? That'd be really cool. And if I contact, oh dude, okay, I'm back on. I exited out of the internet as a whole.
Oh.
Oh shit! I meant to. I quit Internet Explorer as a whole, or Chrome as a whole, I should say. I'm not an Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
But I think it was all still live because you were here. Oh wait, let's rate this video quality 1 star. Quality ass video right here.
Yeah.
Quality ass content. Quality. How long have you been making videos for?
This is my second year.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with you. But like you've been 2 years, and what you've always Let's Played, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm different with you. I've bounced around from all sorts of types of videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
I've done
been
a few
consistent.
things.
Yeah,
Like,
but mostly Let's Plays, though, right?
yeah, one of the things I've done is actually reviewed a car, but my friend still hasn't sent me the video from his phone, so I can't edit it and put it on my channel yet until they actually send it to me.
Oh, they're gonna send you a vlog.
A video that, yeah, basically, that I recorded of me reviewing a car.
This car is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
car is awesome.
considering I got into the trunk as well.
Were you doing like a French pose, like one of your French girls, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I was actually able to fit in the trunk perfectly fine and close the door.
Oh, so you're easily kidnappable.
Yep.
you can. There's no issue with kidnapping you. It's just
Well, then again, my friend that's 6'7" can fit in the trunk as well.
What type of fucking car was this?
Charger.
Oh, how old was the car?
I think it was a 2009.
What? What? I'm picturing a 2009 Charger, and I just can't picture them being that big.
The trunk's actually surprisingly big.
Well, let's do this. Okay, go back into the infinite pages of pages. So wait, hold on. I'm gonna look this up. This 2009 Charger.
Mm-hmm.
Trunk. No way you could fit your 6'7" friend in there.
Of course, he had to curl his legs up to his face, but
You know, that actually looks pretty. Oh, that's a 2011, but that still looks pretty roomy.
mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Maybe
2011's, yeah, that's pretty much the same.
2012. Yeah, he's a 2012.
2013 is when they changed the body style slightly and put the racing taillights on.
Oh, it all went to shit, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to do it. So so you gotta get that car footage though, because you know, you gotta diversify your channel, you know, because people are getting tired of Let's Plays.
Yeah.
That shit's dead. I'm sorry. Like that shit's dying really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still. Sorry.
If you look at my channel, it's like a big wave where it goes up sometimes, then it goes down, then back up, down. Just like one big yo-yo.
I mean, there's still people who are successful doing Let's Plays, but right now, like, commentaries are taking over. They're being that, you know, they're becoming oversaturated. They're becoming the new Let's Plays, and that sucks for me, who got into commentaries right before they exploded, because I didn't expect commentaries to explode when I started doing them, but now I'm one of a million commentators now, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. And then basically all the Let's Plays are pretty much moving to live stream.
Yeah, pretty much, and they're getting longer and stuff like that. There's not a lot of the. I mean, they're still Game Grumps, but you know, they're not going to die out anytime soon. They're that's a money making machine that just keeps rolling.
Yeah, I think my latest or my last set of videos to hit over 50 was my last two tech news stuff. The first time when it was rumored about the Sony VR price, and then about gay conversion in Fire Emblem, which hit over 100.
You heard about that fake NX leak?
Yep.
Yeah, so it ended up just being sort of just a bunch of Unity assets or something like that, something weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you like? Do they have any actual leaks on the NX, or is that just a?
It's all just rumors right now. Nintendo hasn't confirmed or denied anything at all.
Watch it come out and actually be like a super console, but that's so weird. Like, how old is the Wii U?
I think it came out 2012 or. Well, either way, it's time for it to go anyway, since it's only at 10 million.
I mean, a console that's that young?
Well, when we were obviously before we were born, consoles only lasted 5 years.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I was just so used to the last generation being it was a really long generation.
Yeah, full decade.
Yeah, and they ran well for so long. I mean, you look at the difference between GTA 4 and GTA 5, and it's amazing how efficient people got with that console. It's amazing how much that console improved, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But it feels weird talking about getting rid of a console after like 4 years or so.
Mm-hmm. It was released November 2012.
Damn, dude, I'm not like maybe it's just growing up in that decade of like consoles last a really long time.
Yeah, because back when the 360 came out, I believe it was actually ahead of the PC at the time.
It was.
And now,
No, PC's way
PlayStation
ahead.
4 and Xbox One came out way behind from the beginning.
But I mean, no, the PS4 still is a good system.
Yeah.
That's a good console. Like, there's no way around that. The Xbox One has too many fucking issues. But the only thing it's gonna have ahead of the PS4 now is the backwards compatibility that they. But all PlayStation will have to do is like, hey, we're gonna do the exact same thing, and they'll just be the better console in every way again.
Well, right now they got to figure out how to get it to work since PlayStation 3 didn't exactly have the easiest things all put into it.
What do you mean?
Like, the developer said that console was extremely hard to develop for, so they got to figure out a way to emulate the PlayStation 3.
But people have done it. Like I'm sure I've seen people.
There's no stable emulators for either console yet. The only Xbox 360 is the closest to a decent emulator, but none of them stable fully yet.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I've seen PS3 games play on other systems, but that could.
There are some games that they did get over to it, like War of Monsters PlayStation 2, but they got that over to PlayStation 4. But you have to actually buy it again. You can't just use a disc. You actually have to buy it again.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that just seems so cheap. But like, just like, hey, fuck you. We're gonna,
charge you for the same game
that you've already bought. That would be like, no, that would be like that'd be. I mean, I guess it happens all the time because if you want to, update like to Blu-ray or something, or you have to buy the Blu-ray. You can't just trade in your DVD. So
yeah,
right, because it did have a cost, and you can't do that. I mean, in a perfect world, it's like, hey, in a perfect world, it'd be in a perfect world, it would just be a simple like, hey, here's the disc, and I'm giving it, I'm trading in this thing I've already bought for the exact same thing, just updated. Like,
yeah,
they actually might release the what are you talking about? I think someone's trying to put that there was rumor that Hello Greedo put out that that Disney might have the original unedited versions on Blu-ray of Star Wars.
That would actually, that would sell a lot.
I think some sort of rumor, if I remember the video correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that would be a cash cow for Disney. That would be something that was idiotic for Lucas not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get the unedited version, but it's a ridiculously hard process because you have to be a part of that website. You have to be trusted. Like, they don't just let anyone, get access to the demastered version, or
yeah.
I don't know the official name of it. Well, not the originals, because in a sense that the average person can't get a hold of the raw originals.
Mm-hmm.
So
uncut, uncut.
Well, that not the like you can't get like the what I'm saying is like the original that was released in theaters.
Yeah.
So what
theatrical version.
Oh yeah, but what a group of fans have done is they put together the demastered version where they found clips as many as possible, and they kind of like tied them in together. Like they found everything they could from the originals that was taken out, that was replaced with some sort of CGI or fucked up, and they basically demastered it. So they they got rid of all those the unspecial edition, the D-special edition or something that they call it, because how George Lucas had and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this group they got rid of all that.
Yeah.
What, did your vacuum just explode?
That's my computer. It just my computer fan just randomly goes extremely fast and slows down. Then goes extremely fast.
It sounded scared, man. It was like, ah!
Yeah, it's completely normal though.
It's normal. Oh, that's not normal.
Yeah, try playing games and just waiting for it.
I don't play games too much. I mean, I play a lot of I do a lot of browser games now, to be quite honest, just little things to pass the time, or I play on my phone. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, but other than that, it's and I don't even play on the computer. I play it on the phone. So, in terms of gaming, I've been, I haven't done much of that. It's been a lot of just video stuff. So yeah, right now I think YouTube issue number 1 is that was our topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me right now, it's just a lot of oversaturation, which did I talk about in my last video or the one before?
Let me check.
I want to say it was the one with the prankster, which was the one before. The guy with the guy at the fake bombs.
I gotta go through my subscription feed. Find it. Yeah,
it was. I think it was a Cow Chaos Exposed. I mean, I kind of put that as kind of a joke, but really,
that was second newest. Your newest was worst Q&A.
The worst Q&A, dude. I found those all in one day.
Wow. I got remembered to put an emoji in for my video for tomorrow.
Are you actually gonna do that?
Yes.
Oh. You could credit me for that. You could chop in my clip. It's like you want to get famous, just put in 1,000 emojis. Dude, but in all seriousness, those were in one day. That was just one day of Q&As. That shit's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why do these guys think that people care about their questions?
I don't know.
I mean, and the one kid that's don't call me gay.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, I love that kid. That kid was stop calling me gay. The first time I saw that, I'm at first I saw this thing, I'm like, okay, this is really bad, but it's not going anywhere. And when he got to that first question, I'm like, nope, I gotta put this shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you've run Q&As though, right?
Yeah, I've done one, and I barely got anything from it.
Right. So do you look back on that, after seeing my video and then looking back on that one, are you kind of I regret it now? Looking when I highlighted kind of the idiocy of doing a Q&A with no fans.
I think when I had all those people there all at once, when I was getting 30 views, then maybe I could have done it when a whole bunch of people were doing comments, but I think I just did it at bad timing.
Okay, I get you. I mean, because I don't know. I don't think, I would never do a Q&A at the moment. And I mean, I could try. I mean, I edit for enough people where it's hey, I'm the behind the scene guy for these people. And I could, but why the fuck would I? I don't care to do these things. I'm not an interesting person by any means. I'm just a guy that likes to make his videos and currently makes all his income from videos. So I'm in a weird situation with that, but I definitely, I definitely look at the quality of these Q&As, and it's just it's people hey, they get their Twitter followers or they get their friends, and it's I mean, do whatever you want. I mean, it's your channel, it's your prerogative, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to make fun of you on the same, you know, on the same breath.
Yeah.
You know, you release shit content, and I do too, but I release a different type of shit. I release, you know, I release shit that's been spray painted. You know, I at least try to cover it up with some semblance of editing, whereas opposed to, you know, one of the kids I show with the fucking you know, the iPhone, like two kids with the iPhone like this, and they like move it around and it shakes and shit. Where I did that one thing where I just literally just like fucking shakes my phone all over the place.
Yeah.
Just to make fun of those guys, because I mean that shit, like I never even, like, even in my shitty days of video making where I still use my computer mic, like I don't think I ever was that bad. So I don't know. I don't get how someone can just be so unaware and so cringy without knowing.
Yeah.
You know. But you know, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel me. But yeah, dude, you put up too much content for me to keep track of, man. I want to watch it all, but I don't got time.
Yeah.
Like, produce less for me, please. Is that a promise you can make?
I already thought 2 wasn't enough. I would do more, like more recordings of games, but it gets into editing more and more, and I don't really like sitting through editing and then waiting for it to render just as long as a video.
How long does it take for you to render, and like what quality do you use? Because I usually do 720.
I'm forced to do in 720 because my free editor highest it can go is 720, and it usually takes as long as the video is, sometimes longer depending.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I usually do. I usually do 720. But I mean, I get some videos in 1080p sometimes, but I don't know. Just 720 is just, for me, it's just like render time versus quality, and you know, I got other shit to do. I got a lot of videos to edit. I can't have huge files.
Yeah.
And 720, you know, most people, no one's looking at a 720 video and it's like, oh, this is horrible quality. You know, like that's not a thing. Like a lot of people can't even tell the difference between 720 and 1080, and those who do are typically douchebags.
Yeah. And the only real difference is the black bars on top if it's not in the right one, or if you record it wrong.
I mean, well, I record if I'm getting footage for myself. Like if I'm recording like footage, which I haven't done much lately, but I use QuickTime actually on my computer, which everyone has given me shit for. But I'm like, look, it's fucking convenient. It works well. Like it doesn't break is what I'm saying. Like, no, it's not the best tool. No, it doesn't have the best frames. No, it doesn't have the best quality, but it works and it's on my computer and there's no issues with that. And you know, it gets everything. I've never had a problem with QuickTime. It runs well. So, you know, why would I go out and find software? I mean, unless I start streaming, which I don't plan on doing.
If you do, OBS is the way to go. Just make sure your computer's actually good enough to.
I mean, I'd be even happy to do a system like this where I just, where I just I operated it as a Google Hangout and then I just recorded my screen. Like I'd even be willing to do this. I wouldn't even need OBS, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I mean, because this shit, like Google Hangouts are really efficient and works really well. Like there's very few problems and it very rarely crashes. And like even when like I dropped it by accident, like, you know, it still had the broadcast going. So, you know, again, there's always ways around things if you want to do a free route.
The thing with news though is you gotta like do it on the day that it happens. Because like with my PlayStation VR, I did it the day after, and it didn't get as many views as my other ones where I did it the day of the news.
But I mean, unless you work news, it's hard to get things on the day of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't do day of news. I do very general topics. You know, I report things, but at least in my commentaries, you know, I don't do, I have my Dungeon Boss commercials are making fun of the commentary, but even then I have a point. Like even then I try to make a point at the end of like this is, you know, this isn't how people should advertise. Like this should be an example of how not to make an ad. So I can't help myself but make a point. whenever I do a commentary, make some sort of some message, I guess.
I just have to remember to put your link in the description every time.
That's a hard. I mean, I've renamed my channel though.
Yeah,
MesterMadlyInsane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm you know, I honestly, because when I originally made the channel, I meant for it to be a group channel. And I had a lot of people come on, a lot of collaborate. I mean, my channel was based on collaboration, and
oh yeah, I did the Binding of Isaac thing.
Yeah, and I don't do as much of that anymore. Like now I'm self-sufficient, but before I relied heavily on collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm so I've changed, I've changed a lot, and I haven't done anything but commentaries for the last, like, I want to say 10 or so videos.
The past 2 days I've been playing a game that I've actually just started playing.
What game is that?
Warframe.
Oh, is that the it's a shooter,
Space
right?
Ninja kind of thing, yeah.
Oh wait, that's the free one. Kind of big servers. Is it third person or is it first? I can't remember.
Third person.
Okay, I remember. I remember a cousin of mine playing the beta a long time ago. Like 2 years ago, something like that. But yeah, I saw it. It looks fucking fantastic, to be quite honest. Like I was even jealous of him when I was watching him play the beta.
Yeah, my computer actually runs it surprisingly, but I will say that it appears that the people in it aren't exactly the best community.
Oh, really? Because when I heard about it, like I heard it was just a whatever community.
Well, when I got onto like a 2v2 with random people, I said about them, a guy killing me in one hit, and they got all mad because it was basically my first time playing it, and I was extremely low leveled.
I mean, well, that happens in every community. That's not just Warframe. That's every community. I mean, did you end up on a Russian server like that? That's where shit gets bad.
No, I haven't got to any Russian server yet, thankfully.
Well, you're not in Europe, true, because like, if you're like a Brit or something, you end up on those Russian servers all the fucking time. Yeah, or I mean, I've had friends who've done CS:GO. Now I guess not pro, but like they've competed for money, and what they like to do is they like to go on like like to go against the pro Brazilians, like, or the Brazilians that are playing for money, but then put them on US servers so they run really slowly and they could just own these guys. So so they trick the Brazilians to go on the US servers, and then they just own them because they're running so slowly, their frames are down, and their internet connection is this good, and they just slaughter them.
Yeah.
So but I'm not a CS:GO player. Like I don't play. I haven't despite having a gaming channel, I just don't. That's not where my interest has been as of late.
I think I'm interested in CS:GO, but at the same time, you kind of have to spend money to get anything good in the game.
I mean, that's the same with Team Fortress, but I love Team Fortress though.
Yeah. Well, Team Fortress actually keeps it balanced though. Like that game is really balanced.
Oh well, I mean, I was just talking about in terms of its market and stuff and gambling.
Oh,
but yeah, no. CS:GO is fine. Like, it's just like I mean, the balance is based off the skill of players. Like because everyone can be pretty much the same thing. It's the Call of Duty before Call of Duty in a sense.
Why did you hear about Call of Duty Online might be going global out of China?
What is this? What is this whole thing?
Call of Duty Online is actually by Activision, but it was only in China, and right now they might be talking about putting it, like making it global, where United States can play Call of Duty Online. It's a free-to-play game in China right now.
So are we talking the original Call of Duty or?
Call of Duty Online basically has maps from.
Oh, so this is a separate game. Oh, so it's like Elder Scrolls Online. It's a completely separate game.
Except it's free to play.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing? Why didn't Activision make this?
I feel like they're only now it's happening because
was it successful in China?
Well, a YouTuber named Mark Music. He
Oh,
actually
that guy. I remember. I used to be a fan of his. I know who you're talking about, but sorry, carry on.
he went and actually talked about it for a few episodes or few videos, and he actually knew one of his newest videos talked about how they posted a tweet showing about having people to help it go global.
Oh, so he got that whole thing started?
I'd say he pretty much did, yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why would you release something on the Chinese market and not the U.S. market? I just find that quite strange. I mean,
Maybe they were doing that to test the waters and get all the bugs out before they send it everywhere else.
but here's the thing. Why would you want to? I mean, it just seems so weird to me. Why would you want to even test a free Call of Duty? I mean, their whole system relies on overpriced saturation. I mean, the whole market system is releasing similar games year after year after year.
Well, I don't think
for overpriced. I mean, that's how. I mean, it works well for them. I mean, they're one of the top selling games every year. Their system isn't broken. Why change it? I mean, even if things have been going down steadily for them, it's not a broken system, and it makes a lot more money than it costs to make, for sure.
But I feel like Call of Duty Online is gonna be the next big Call of Duty for a while.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's the thing. For a while, that's the issue with any online communities. Because again, Call of Duty relies on the system without maintenance. It's on the system of, make this game, sell a lot, get people really interested, but and release the next one just in time for people to lose interest in the old one. Whereas this Call of Duty Online thing, it would be maintaining servers, maintaining, keeping people interested in the microtransactions, which of course they'll have because it's fucking Activision.
Merc Music said that the microtransactions are actually not that game breaking in that game in China, at least.
But that's the thing. You have to keep it. Doesn't matter if they're game breaking or not. It doesn't matter the skill level. It doesn't matter what these microtransactions are. Activision is going to have to keep people interested in this same Call of Duty game over and over again. That means new maps, new maintenance. Like, they have to keep maintenance on the old stuff and the new stuff. Whereas first releasing a Call of Duty year after year after year, they only have to maintain the new stuff pretty much, and they could shut down servers from years past. So so that's the difference. And the thing is that if with a free Call of Duty you don't have that initial $60 drop, so you might not make money off of everyone who's playing in your game, which is that's not something Call of Duty is used to. That's not marketed just to. I don't think they're, when Activision sells microtransactions, they do microtransactions in addition to what they already have, which to me is kind of scummy. Actually, it is scummy. But, in the sense, this would be a new world for Activision, a world where they'd have to rely entirely on microtransactions to keep people interested in microtransactions.
I believe the microtransactions are supposedly supposed to be just cosmetics.
But again, it doesn't destroy my point at all. You have to keep people interested enough in wanting just cosmetics. You have to keep people interested in continuing to play the game. You want to make sure you cannot have that game be stagnant, because if that game gets stagnant, no one's even going to want to buy the aesthetics in the first. You have to keep people to wanting a continual investment, as opposed to the way Call of Duty runs now, where there's no fear of continual investment. They just, they're happy with the one-time drop, and if they get more off microtransactions, even better.
And I'm back.
Oh, cool! You're back. Awesome. So, oh shit! I lost my train of life. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's it's what I said.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me? Dude, I am tired. I thought there's gonna be more people to keep me engaged. No offense to you, but take all the offense you want. If this is no, but what was our last thing? Oh, Call of Duty. The last thing we talked about was the free Call of Duty. So, any other news? Is that something you've reported on?
No, but I know when it comes out, I'm gonna at least do a few videos on it. like playing it.
Yeah. So what is your next? So you said you were playing something currently right now, though, not Pro Evolution, but something other than Pro Evolution.
Marvel. Like I've
Oh,
already recorded a whole bunch of it. And I
oh, that's
just
right. I
uploaded
told
it
you. I told you on Twitter about to get Spider Pig.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah. Why don't they? Why don't they ever include Spider Pig?
Don't know.
It's a disappointment.
But I
I'd
think
say.
his name's Spider Ham in the comics, at least.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what? I was doing the Simpsons reference. Is there an actual Spider Pig?
Mm-hmm. Spider Ham, and
Oh,
his actual name is Peter Porker.
oh, wait, you're actually right. I think you're right. Or like Superman's cow. That one's weird. Like why? Oh, because he was raised on a farm. But like that can't be your fan.
No, that's just me eating a Twix.
That I'm like that could not be like that. That's your fan is fucked up. Because I'm like, if that was your fan, I'm like, dude, you might be like waving off your fan. That's no big deal. But if your like fan is making those noises, then that's a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, dude, I love your background right now. Just every 5 seconds, someone's going off and going, whoa, no way, oh, no way.
So, what are your thoughts on PS 4.5?
Oh, I haven't seen that video. I have no idea what. Do you want to sum me up?
Basically, PS 4.5 is going to be a PlayStation 4 with a better GPU, and it can run in 4K.
So are they? So is it? It's not like a new console though. It's just like an addition that you add to your PS4.
It's just a rumor right now, or whatever you want to call it, but
Well, what's the
some are
basis of the
saying,
rumor?
some say, from what I read, that it's going to be a new console and all that kind of stuff.
See, but how long has the PS4 been out? That's the other thing. Like, is that like this is the thing? Like this, like why is this console life so short? Like this was the promise of the last console generation, if I'm not mistaken. Like this is what, like this generation was promised to be the last generation, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like all these proposals for new consoles, like with, like I don't understand. Like I don't understand.
2013.
2013. See, what? 3 years? Like that's.
Mm-hmm.
See, okay, so here's what I'm not understanding. That this generation was promised to be the last. Where now you're able to update your console by the cloud. You're able to get games digitally. It seems like there's almost no need for new consoles, and I think these companies are realizing that the only time they have huge surges is when they sell a console. So, sorry,
consoles are basically just becoming as complicated as PCs are now.
And look, and here's the thing that the only thing that was keeping consoles alive was the exclusives, but they're starting to lose exclusives to the PC. Like like you just have to be patient with your PC ports now. And yeah, a lot of them end up being shitty, but again, that's not the majority of PC ports. I mean,
and the only reason why that happens is because they have a hard time like porting it from such a weaker machine to something like the PC.
I mean,
they try to optimize it for a console, and then it ends up getting all messed up.
And I mean, okay, and that's the. There's no. I mean, look, if you're a gamer, there's the only reason you'd have a console is exclusives, and just for like the comfort of having the controller and just the leisure space, and it is a nice thing to have. But now with controller capability on computers, like there's absolutely no reason for a console. I'm sorry, unless there's a specific few games.
The only console that is actually worth buying would technically be Nintendo, since they have like 20 IPs that people actually like.
And that's the thing. Nintendo never does PC.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think you're right. Like that is the one console you get that And it's everyone's least favorite console. And I find that surprising because in the past, what sold consoles was exclusives. And Nintendo, like, they are the kings of exclusives. Smash Bros, um,
Pokemon,
Pokemon,
Mario.
right? And it's great games. Like I think the Wii U's had some good games on it. Like the Smash Bros series has been good.
Yeah.
The Pokken looks great, and I've heard nothing but good things about it so far.
I think the IPs are basically what sold the Nintendo Wii U.
Right, but it's also the least, it's also selling the least. So it almost seems like consoles sell themselves. It almost seems like the console sells itself. You buy the console to buy the console. Like it almost seems like like almost like jewelry, like an aesthetic. It's like having aesthetics. Like it's like not like people care about, what they're actually getting. It's that people are like, hey, I want this newest thing, almost like getting the new iPhone each time, where it's like you have no, there's no functional need for you to get the new iPhone, but you did it because you want to stay up to date because you like staying up to date, but you have no necessity to stay up to date unless there's a functional need, like this will improve your life. Like there's no need to switch iPhones. And I was until I got updated, and and I basically got asked to do an update, and I wasn't going to do it for the longest time, but I got convinced to do an update, and I'm like, fine, I'll fucking do it. So because I was gonna roll with my 5S as long as possible, but I switched not out of need. I honestly, this new iPhone has no capability that my other one had, and the only reason I ended up switching is because my family wanted me to switch. They bought me a new iPhone. They're like, oh, you're out of date. So it's like, so they basically they were like, hey, look. Like they bought me the iPhone. It's like, hey, get the refund, which you deserve because you updated. So it's like, why did to me? I'm like, I was a little pissy about it. I'm like, I wish they would have used their money to buy, something else more. If they were going to gift me something, like not to be a selfish asshole, to be picky. Like this is a good phone. Like I actually like my iPhone. Like I'm not complaining about it. And yes, in many ways, it's an improvement on the 5S. But I found no functional need. I didn't want to be wasteful. I'd rather that $200 go elsewhere, somewhere that wasn't wasteful. And I feel like a lot of these consoles are becoming quite wasteful in how they operate. The discs aren't needed anymore, but yet discs still sell. Consoles.
I like the disc drive because that's basically the only reason why I want an Xbox or a PlayStation, because of the disc drive, because I actually like the physical media.
I mean, I like it too from a collector standpoint, but again, it's not a necessity. It's kind of a waste, and there's no need. These consoles are just underpowered PCs, basically, and that get games that other PCs don't. But the Wii U is a little separate from that because what the Wii U does cannot be imitated on a PC unless you connect another tablet.
Yeah.
So the Wii U is actually the most unique console, the coolest console, it's the one that has separated itself out from the entire market, but yet it's selling the least because it doesn't advertise itself, as a hip thing to have. It's not the cool console to have. It's the console of I guess the nerd console. I don't know how to put it. It's not, it's not the Call of Duty Battlefield console. It's
the kitty gloves one.
Exactly. Right, because even aesthetically, like you look at all the games that Nintendo makes, and a lot of them have almost a childish aesthetic, except for maybe like Bayonetta, Fire Emblem. But and if it weren't for the DS, like the Wii U would have tanked that company.
Well, they would have survived off of their little amiibos, though.
Would they?
That's what's kept them going right now.
No, I'd say it hasn't. It's pretty much been the DS, I'd say.
Well, DS and amiibos.
Well, that's two successful things. But if it were just on the Wii U alone, they'd be tanking.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because that's, it's at least interesting in concept, but I think it fails on regards. Like I'm not saying the Wii is the better console. Like no, that's the PS4 is the best of the consoles. But it's interesting to see that the Wii U has failed on such a unique idea. And honestly, it is tough. I've tried out some games on it. I mean, unless you change the settings on Splatoon, if you use the default settings, like Splatoon's pretty much impossible to play on the tablet. Like there's very few games that work well. That like the Mario Maker thing, perfect game for the Wii U. But I think every other game they haven't. They tried something new, but yet they haven't released the games that make sense. Like it doesn't like there's no like other than Mario Maker. I can't think of any other Wii U game that's like, oh yeah, I could see why the tablet is completely necessary or makes the game easier or makes the experience better. Or, can you think of any other Wii U game where the tablet was implemented well? Like why does Splatoon need the tablet? There's no.
I think Star Fox. We'll have to see about that, but the new Star Fox, it could have been used good, possibly if you like get used to how it is.
I mean, and maybe Zelda also. I mean, and the other thing is that I thought the Wii U is going to work very much like the Vita, where you take the game with you, but kind of.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have as the same, I guess, the range as the Vita, which the Vita also failed, surprisingly enough. Despite and it didn't get bad reviews. I just don't know why the Vita just flopped.
Because the cell phones, smartphones, and once again, Nintendo 3DS got lucky because of the IPs.
But that's the thing. So it's like as if but here's the thing. So IPs work well if you have a handheld. But not in like it doesn't make any sense. And I guess it's because the handheld market is.
They don't care as much about the graphics, but with consoles, it's basically essential for the graphics because the Wii U is comparable to the Xbox 360, and if they're already having trouble at it as it is on toning games down for Xbox One and PS4, it's near impossible for them to make games for Wii U. Plus, trying to learn how to develop for that tablet that's with it. Even though the controller's not bad, they just made it overly complicated and required.
Are you talking about the Vita?
No, the Wii U.
Oh yeah, that controls shit. But
well, it's good to hold, but they just made it required where.
No, like I got Donald Trump hands. Like I got little hands. So I'm glad I was able to pull the Trump reference. But no, I got like little tiny hands. I got like girl hands. Like if these are like this is the iPhone 6, and then here's my hand. Here's the iPhone 6. Like my hand is pretty much the size of the iPhone 6. So I don't have, and this is the small iPhone 6. This isn't the 6 Plus, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I got little hands, and for me, I can't reach on anything. My favorite controller of all time. I love the GameCube controller. It's nice, tight, little controller. Everything in its place, and that is my favorite console of all time, also. And the thing I think was good about the GameCube, my mistake. Which, not to knock on the Game Boy, that shit's awesome too. But I think the GameCube had good balance of. I think it focused on good games, and that's why I like the console best. I think it was based on a lot of player comfort, like what's best for the player. And I think they lost their track with the Wii trying to become a gimmick in a sense. They're
and ignore the gamers.
And now they've just been I don't think they ignored with the Wii. I actually do feel they ignore the games now that I think about it. But with the Wii U, I think they're trying to get back on that, but also at the same time with the gimmicks. Mm-hmm. So it's like they try to get the best of both worlds with the GameCube.
I think what they were trying to do with the Wii U is they were trying to how they used to do it, make the trends for it, like the Nintendo 64, 3D, Super Nintendo, I think it was Color, and all that. Like they tried to set the trends, and they've just been failing miserably at setting the trends.
Well, because no one cares about trends or innovation. Because I think we're gonna have to wait till VR for people to really start caring about that shit. But because I think like a tablet doesn't seem so innovative when you can buy an iPad. The innovation they tried to make, wasn't something that seemed even innovative. But the thing which I'm surprised about is that with the Vita, you could pretty much play a lot of games that you could play on the console itself on the go. Yeah, to a lower quality, but it seemed like just a bigger library. Like it seemed like you were getting more for your money. So, and I'm just so surprised that console failed so badly.
Mm-hmm.
or handheld, I should say, if we're gonna, you know, I don't know. That Xbox handheld's never gonna happen though.
Well, it's called the Microsoft Surface, which
they're
failure anyways.
Well, I don't think it's complete failure. I mean, it's basically if you're in education, like that's the tablet you use.
Yeah.
So they've dominated schools with the Surface. Like the Surface, it's like that's the tablet used by colleges.
I haven't seen that in my before I graduated. I didn't see any of that at my school. I've seen the Chromebooks.
Oh, those too, but I've seen a lot more Surface. I mean, no iPads, but
those are way too expensive.
Well, those are for personal use. Is the other thing. They're pretty good for personal use, but I think I would say the Surface is. I'd say it's much better than the iPad, just because of operating system. Honestly, the iPhone is better than the iPad. There's no reason to get an iPad. You could do everything on your phone that you could do on that fucking tablet. It's a smaller screen, but that's it. With the Surface, at least runs on a Windows 10 operating system, which is a shit system on the computer. But Windows 10 actually works really well on, in my opinion. Again, this is just conjecture, but in my opinion, I think Windows 10 works really well on the tablet itself. Where it becomes other shit is when you put it on the PC. That is the worst operating system for a computer ever. That whole all-in-one integration system really screwed over
Windows 8. Windows 10 I actually like.
I mean, Windows 10 is the one with all the like the one that they integrated. Right? Did they integrate both actually?
Windows 8 was
when they tried to do that. Then Windows 10 they tried to make it as much as Windows 7 as possible.
Oh, okay. I'm mixing them up. Okay, I was thinking Windows 8. My mistake. You were right. I was when I said Windows 10, I meant Windows 8. That's right, because Windows 10. That's right, because they skipped 9 because they wanted 9 to be like 8, and then everyone shits on 8. Huh?
8.1, I think, is technically the Windows 9.
Right, but there was a proposed Windows 9 that got completely shut down, at least rumored, if I remember correctly. And they that's why I think they skipped the because people just shat on 8.
Or they just don't know how to count.
Or that either or. But no, you're right. Okay, so when I said 10, I meant to say 8. Because 8 works really well on tablets and actually works really pretty well on the consoles. But it basically screwed over the PCs for sure. Are you a Jim Sterling fan?
I don't think I know who that is.
Look up Jim Sterling. If you're gonna get into console news and video game news, like he's the guy to look at. Like he's your example. I mean, he has a bad opinion on social justice warriors. Like I don't think he understands what he's talking about there. But when in terms of talking about the industry and new stuff coming up and video games and stuff, like he is the guy. He's definitely a guy to look at as your source of inspiration for.
So what's his name?
Game news. Jim Sterling.
I think Review Tech talked about him before.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, he's huge. I mean, he's actually Jim Sterling's one of the few protected YouTubers. Like YouTube has a short list of people they'll protect from copyright that they'll actually put in money for, and he's on that short list.
Let me guess, PewDiePie's on it too.
Huh?
PewDiePie's on there too.
PewDiePie. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's on that list. I don't know, but Jim Sterling's on that list, and he talks about it. Like he's open about it, which he gets kind of. I guess in a sense he gets kind of unfair protection. But he's a guy again based off what he makes. He's a guy that I'm happy he gets get that sort of protection. But it'd be nice if that sort of protection was given to
the smaller channels and
no, not smaller channels by no means. If if you're gonna do, I don't think I don't honestly think anyone should get that special protection. I think it should be a system that's applied for, in a sense, that that people put in their applications.
Like situational.
Right. Not that certain channels get this special protection. I think either you offer this protection to everyone of a certain subscriber mark, which I think that's reasonable also. Or you let people apply for it. Because I don't think a subscriber mark is ridiculous. Because again, YouTube, if you hit a certain mark of subscribers or even views, that could work too. Maybe a combination, who knows, that's YouTube's choice. But that if you hit these certain requirements, you could, and you run into a problem, you could go to YouTube and ask them for, this sort of legal protection and legal funding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know who else is on the short list of that.
Probably Jinx. Well, before he quit Reactions.
Jinx? No way Jinx is on that. Hold up.
Well, he hasn't gotten a copyright strike even after PewDiePie slammed him.
YouTube protection shortlist. YouTube shortlist. Oh no, this is a channel called Shortlist. Let's see. He talked about it on a Monday. Matt was the most recent guy to talk about it. So let's see. Let's see if I can find it based off his video. But yeah, because Monday and Matt talked about it very recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure his view on blah 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 blah. Yeah, I have to fucking watch this shit. You want to help me look this up also?
But sure,
I'm really interested in the shortlist now. Oh, here it is. The Fair Use Protection Program. Here's the YouTube Fair Use Protection Program. Here it is. YouTube backs its users with new YouTube Fair Protection Program. Blah blah blah. Let's see who is on it. So. Oh, here it is. So Google describes the program on its blog is here. I'm going to share my screen now.
Mm-hmm.
So so people could see what I'm seeing. So here's a document from the EFF.org, Electronic Frontier Foundation. YouTube backs its users with new Fair Use Protection Program. What we hope very much launches Race to the Top, blah, blah. We've criticized YouTube in the past for not doing enough to protect its fair use content ID, however, blah. Google describes the program on its blog, but here's basic details. When the company notices that a video targeted for fair use is clearly taken down, it may choose to offer the user the user option of enrolling the video into the program. If the user decides to join, the video will stay up in the United States, and if rights holder sues, YouTube will provide assistance of up to $1 million in legal fees. While we would like the program to do a little better, for example, given the mainstream criteria, blah, 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 provide the mainstream criteria of options of okay. So at least they give up to $1 million in legal fees, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you, I want to know how to find a list of who's on it, and I'm not sure if watching the video itself would get off. Did someone say in the background, "Get off your high horse"? That's ridiculous.
If anyone, well, you can count on Cry to say anything.
Cry?
Yeah, Cryotic.
Oh, who's that?
You don't know Cry, the one that will never show his face?
No, I don't.
Let me find his YouTube channel for you.
Okay, so right now, from what I can see, they launched it with 4 videos. Yeah, I don't really know Cryotic. Yeah, I can't find who's on that list, or even if it is a list. But I remember it being something like a list, but maybe it's just like you have to apply for it. Maybe it is an application, but Jim Sterling's definitely one of the guys that was part of that. He was the only gamer that was part of that.
Was he the? Wasn't he the guy that won the?
I've seen this logo.
Was he the guy that won the award over the other YouTubers at the VMAs? No, not VMAs. VGAs.
Hold on, let's see. VGA. Which year?
This year, well, 2015, where Konami got destroyed.
Oh yeah, he hates Konami.
Who actually likes Konami?
Konami?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't find anything on that VGA of him winning. But I mean, he's the guy that started the "fuck Konami" hashtag years ago, before even that award ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what you're talking about, because he's had a "fuck Konami" hashtag for a few years now.
Well, I guess he jumped on the bandwagon before the bandwagon even got started.
He made the bandwagon. Like, he's the guy that literally started that hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's his hashtag, and people used it after that award ceremony for not letting what's the developer of
Kojima.
Yeah,
Kojima.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima. Thank you. Yeah, for not letting Hideo Kojima show up to that award ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, that was the only good part people said about that award thing. It's still, people were saying it very much reminded them of a VMA or a Kids' Choice Award.
Yeah.
But
I did like how they got around the ad, or they tricked the ad block people.
What do you mean?
How they can do commercials like normal videos. Instead, they put the commercials within their video. So people are stuck watching them.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, I guess they knew they'd have a big ad block audience.
You should have seen it in the Twitch chat when that happened.
Oh, I'm sure it went bananas. I don't know. I mean, I've used ad block in the past, but I stopped now because that was a younger me who supported piracy and stuff like that, and that's not me anymore. And
the only reason why I would use it is the fact that a lot of the websites that have news and stuff, they literally now just put ads right in your way where you can't even read the stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That I agree. But in a sense of there's very few people I don't have ad block anymore. But if I had ad block, I definitely whitelist a lot of but I definitely, for example, I'd make sure that ads weren't running on. Let's say if I were looking up, doing a video on pranks or something, doing a video on reaction channel, I'd make sure those guys weren't getting profit, because I don't support what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the sense of I want to give money to those I support. That's the only time I consider. But then again, then see, I don't know. It's a tricky thing, and I stopped by all means doing any sort of piracy or ad block. A younger, me would have done that, but that's changed. And I still have a video up on my music channel where I'm doing an interview, and I'm justifying piracy, but that's not where I stand anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's even not that many years ago. That's 2 years ago, and my opinion has completely shifted on that.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion may shift on my second channel on my atheist videos I've put up, or agnostic videos I should say, but still, where I'm making fun of just idiots. This one dude that's God, I think it was a troll video, but I still took the bait and so I don't know. I mean, are there any videos or things you regret saying?
The shoutouts.
Yeah, dude, you comment. It was a long comment on my shout out though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I found that so weird that I pick a random guy on the This Week page, and that you knew exactly who that was. That was just coincidence.
Yeah, for the past few weeks, if you look at his channel and the one that he,
you have the link?
Let me see if I can find his channel and his friend's channel.
Well, I remember
they literally, in the past few weeks, have posted the same exact things as each other, exactly the same.
That's fucking stupid. And who's posting first?
Well, I think it's just Well, it's within hours of each other.
Like the exact same video or the same concept?
Yes. Same exact video of like just the same exact thing. Like exactly the same thing.
Okay, that's some bullshit right there.
Literally the only difference is probably the outro.
I mean, oof, that's a big difference, you know? The outro.
I've even commented, I don't think I got a response on any of the videos that I brought that up on of either of their channel.
Have you saying you have or haven't called them out?
I've said it right in their comments. They haven't not responded to anything.
Oh, of course not.
I wonder if they actually deleted it or they left it there. You talk to people that have over 12K?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I just contact whoever I need to contact. If you look at my Twitter right now, Obey Chosen follows me, which is cool.
Basically, you're in with all the, I guess you'd call them mid-range YouTubers.
Oh yeah, I have a decent, like, you know, I mean, you look at my Twitter, like there's a Samuel Worth who follows me. He's at 20K. Daphne's 20K. Sherman doesn't follow me, but again, I work for him monthly, and we talk on email. He's 70K. Obey Chosen, you know, we're cool now, and he's 50K. He's cool. And then and I talked with the guys from Decoded. You know, they're 1600. Like again, like, you know, I'm not afraid to contact people. Like that's something I've never feared. I've never feared, like, you know, talking to someone bigger than me. And if you know, if you know, I fuck up with them, it's like, oh, here's just this little guy who's being an idiot, and so on and so forth. You know, there's nothing I could, you know, lose. I can only gain if I, you know, contact people who are bigger.
Okay.
Okay. Peace, man.
Peace.